Welcome to the Wealth Nation podcast, a podcast for every mother, daughter, grandmother, sister, and wife, and the men who are smart enough to tune in. The Wealth Nation podcast brings you all you need to know about investments, business, property investments, personal finance, and all-around financial wellness. Here is your host, Yolanda Rose.
I'm Yolanda. I'm a wealth advisor, and welcome to my show. Now, every week, every Monday specifically, I put out the show. I give you easy, actionable tips, content, and strategies that you can use to manage your money well and to build generational wealth. So, if you're new here, please subscribe on whichever platform that you're listening on. And if you're a long-time listener, don't be shy. Say hello. Reach out to us on our various social media platforms. It's Financially Fabulous Females. Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We're on all the various platforms. And if there's something that you would like me to speak on specifically, you need advice on, need more information, need more education about, you can always mail me. It's Yolanda at financiallyfabulousfemales.com. The Wealth Nation podcast is sponsored by Audible. Audible is a seller and producer of spoken audio entertainment, information, and educational programming on the internet. Audible sells digital audiobooks, radio and TV programs, and audio versions of magazines and newspapers. For a 30-day free trial of Audible, go to www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com/audible. If I had to ask you to give yourself a performance report on your money habits, would you give yourself an A, a B+, and if you're really honest, maybe it could be an F? Would you even know how to answer? Most people can tell you how they rate their careers thanks to their annual assessments or performance reviews, but the same isn't true about our personal finances. Now, I know this is going to sound dreadfully boring, but when we say performance review, we all need to get that feedback. And when we do get that feedback, it really sticks and it touches us. And when that feedback is not good, we're concerned. We want to make improvements. And today on the show, we are discussing how to do a performance review on your spending habits.
Raising financially savvy children involves teaching them a variety of skills, from budgeting to planning to earning and saving. Besides giving them an understanding of the value of a rand, it prepares them for real-world finances. Financial literacy is a vital skill, and it is never too early to teach your kids about money. Many parents wonder how they can teach their kids about money and where to find age-appropriate resources. You can now purchase the Financial Literacy for Kids workbook, which is aimed at primary school kids. It's now available at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com. This workbook provides you with 12 lessons, activities, lesson plans, discussion points, and quizzes that you can use to test your kids' knowledge. Shop now at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Tuned In. Now back to the show.
So one, you got to start your money review with a self-assessment first. Ask yourself, how do you feel about this year's spending and this year's saving? Are you proud? Are you guilty? What emotion comes up? How do you wish you felt instead? Now listen to what your gut tells you when you think about your finances. If you feel like you need to be taking notes or writing it down so you can go back and refer to your notes, go ahead and do that. Reflect on your performance when it comes to your personal finance. Write down those notes and reflect on it. Then consider your money reality. The good, the bad, and everything in between. Now here comes the fun part. Okay, this is the least pleasant step, but this is going to be the most useful. This is the time to audit yourself. Now, this doesn't involve SARS or a tax practitioner or anything like that, but it should be as detailed as you are sitting with SARS. So survey your money tools. Which apps are you using? Do you have a budget in place? Which ones did you get started with really well, and then after a week or so, it just disappeared from sight? can you pinpoint the reason why that happened? For instance, if you used one of the apps that I've mentioned on my Budgeting 101 episode, and you tried it out, you used it for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, but you never got it connected in terms of your bank accounts, and you don't have those integrations. Identify which ones you'd like to revisit, which ones that you thought at the time could really make a difference in your financial life and your spending, but you just didn't get that change just didn't happen for you. So identify which one of those tools just lapsed this year. So tally your accounts in total. See where you landed at the end of the year. Gather your checking and savings accounts. In fact, today I was at the bank and I needed to get a 3-month bank statement. And it was like pages and pages of pages, money coming in, money going out. But at the end of that tally was the amount of money that came in and the amount of money that went out. So do something similar for the entire year. Go through your bank statement. See how much came in, how much went out. How much you've saved, your credit card payments, your personal loan debt, your retirement, your total cash. Don't forget to check your online accounts such as PayPal, or if you have Bitcoin, if that's your thing, to see if there's any money growing in there and lingering in there. So if you add these up, what is your net worth? Now compare your totals to the previous years. How much did you increase or decrease in each category? If you don't know last year's totals and don't want to dig to find them, use this year's as your baseline going forward, and then do this review in December. Use this as your baseline if you haven't done this before. But review the entire year. See where your performance, see where you overdid it. And most likely it's going to be those holiday times, Easter, Christmas, Valentine's. You just went crazy with the spending and your whole mojo went off because of that. So part of doing this performance review on your spending habits is to analyze what your behavior is and to initiate change. And when we initiate change, we need to set goals for 2020. So now that you have a clear idea of where your money went, what went wrong, where you've spent, what you've saved, it's time to go about setting those goals for next year. So what seems feasible now is, now that you know what your finances are right down to the detail, you have a better idea of what kind of goal that you would like to set up. Maybe you want to add an additional 100 Rand a month to your retirement or something like that. But set your goals. So number 5, finish your money review with an action plan. Now, useful performance reviews leave you with a plan on how you're going to meet your targets for the next period before your next performance review. So if you want to do the same for your money goals, take for instance your budget. If you want to save 30% of your salary this year, calculate how much money you need to stash away each month, each week, right down to each day. So you can cut out those lunchtime spending or after work drinks. Or maybe you found out that you want to save a little bit more and you only want to work with a daily spending allowance or something like that. How much money are you planning on spending each day? What will your plan be if you go over this allowance? Will you be punished? Will you pay a fine? But set those boundaries in place. So take your review and your plan and put it down in writing. Maybe open up Excel or even Google Sheets and write down your plan. Every week, this is how much you're going to save. Every week, this is how much you're going to cut down. Whatever your goals that you've set about, document them. So you have this document that you can go back and check every month. How is your plan progressing? Are you on target to meet your next performance review in December 2021? So once you move your goals from your actual brain into something that's black and white that you can start reviewing, it's more tangible. You have that reference point. It's like you setting up a finish line. You know where that race is going to end. rather than claiming that you'll stop when you get tired. So once you've drafted those goals and your plans and how you're going to reach them, keep them somewhere where you'll see it often. Print out a copy. Put it on your bedstand next to you, at your office desk. Maybe laminate it, put it on the bathroom mirror, but put it somewhere that it's constantly in your head, it's constantly in your face, and you'll never forget it, and you're constantly working on it. Remember to really commit to this concept. Seal the review like you would in your corporate environment. Sign it, date it, and make it a contract between yourself, your 2020 self to your 2021 self. Make that commitment to yourself. You can only benefit. So that's it for this episode of the Wealth Nation podcast.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to visit our website at www.financiallyfabulousfemales.com and sign up for our free investment masterclass.